Okay, I'm gonna be making a wire wrapper video. I don't have much time, so I'm gonna try to move fast. First, use a simple composite stone called C7 and Jasper. It's a composite stone. It's made out of natural stones, but not naturally formed. I'm just making a bunch of simple ones. I gotta do a project anyway. A bunch of little simple ones. I'm gonna do different types of styles. So what you can start off with is 20 gauge. And 24 gauge, 20 gauge. What I do is always stroke the wire like this. I always get dead soft because you can make it harder as you go along. You know what I mean? You can make it completely hard or half hard just by rubbing it. So I always get dead soft because you can just work it up. Okay. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take your 16 gauge wire. You're gonna take three of these, three of your 24 gauge wire. Grab some 24 gauge wire, and you're gonna wrap it around like so, all three. What you're going to do is you're going to pinch it really hard because you don't want your wires to come together. So you're going to do like this and you wrap it around. But I can pinch it hard, ladies. You might not. The reason I'm going so fast is because I don't have much time. But I can do it this fast because I'm holding it that hard. Usually the wires get squished together and you don't want that. So see how I just did that real quick? Now it's really tight because I'm holding the wire that tight. Usually you have to hold it from both sides. I had to get calluses. And you're just going to snip the ends off. And once you snip the ends off, make sure they don't go past the line inside, like these ones. See these ones? See the ends end right where the wire ends? Sometimes you have to tuck the ends in, which you don't have to do with this one, so I'm not going to show you, because it's all going to be facing the stone. Okay. What we're going to do is now I'm going to gauge the stone. What I do is just wrap it around like that, like so. See where the wires are going to end. Make sure the wires up top are even. They're a little bit off, so I got a lot of extra wire here actually, so it really doesn't matter, but boom. They're about right. You can always snip off the extra top. I got extra wire. So what I'm going to do is boom, round it around the stone like so. Okay. Push these slides down. Okay. Like so. So wherever you want them, dead middle of the stone. Yeah. And I'm going to wrap it around like this. Now, here's what I do. Ladies, you might have to use your tools. But what I'm going to do is grab the one, and I just grab it with my finger and slide it out a bit. Just for starters. Then do the back wire just like that. See that front one? We're going to do that back one just like that. I use the stone to actually push against the wire. Okay, boom. What it is, I'm just making a cradle. And what you're going to do is so I'm making a pre-cradle so it'll hold my stone, basically. There we go. Alright, and now do that to the other side. Just grab the wire and get my nail in there. To the front. You can also lay it down on the table, which is what I normally do, or a flat surface, so I can see, but you guys can't see. But you saw how I did the other one. I just lay on a flat surface and then I bend them up. Same way. That way you get a nice little cage for it. And you got a cage for it. Now, like I said, there. Now you got a nice little cage for it. And just, you know what I mean? Press it around there. Just make sure it fits. And then look at it. And make sure it's like what you want, you know. Make sure the wire is up far enough to hold the stone in. I just pinch it in, like so with my fingertips. I pinch the two wires, and they tend to always come evenly. If they don't, you can always go rework it. You know, and there you got like a cage. And don't worry, it'll get straightened out throughout the working process, okay? Don't worry about that. Why it works for you, you don't work for it. Remember that. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is, after that, I'm gonna take the tips, like 6 minutes, and boom, just spin it in. Make sure you keep your wires flat, like so. So it looks pretty nice. Okay. Take another 24 gauge wire. I made this wire extra long because I always cut it because I'm going to do another piece with this wire anyway, and I just don't want to run out of wire because I do different things sometimes depending on what I'm feeling. So if I want some extra weave or filigree, I have the wire already there. Okay? I'm just making sure my stone's set like facing you. Just make sure you're comfortable with how even it is. You know, that's pretty even to me. It might not look like to you. There you go. And like I said, I'm going to adjust these. They just need to be adjusted a bit. That's all. Once I get everything locked in. So I'm going to take this, put it right on the stone. Like this. Take this. I hold it right there on the stone. And boom, my thumb. And I just wrap tight. Now what I do is I wrap the first one tight but slowly, so I don't get the wires, so the wires don't necessarily get mixed up, but you can push them back and they stay flat and you don't want to get mixed up. So at first I do this, wrap around like 3-4 times. 4 times pretty good, and I push down on the stone like that. Okay. Now with this done, first thing I do is secure the rest of the stone cage. Okay, is I do the same thing I did at the bottom. Grab one wire, push it down. Grab the front wire, pull it down. You know, boom, boom, like so. And same for the back. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Like I said, you might be using tools. My callous fingers, especially because also I'm a guy. If you're a girl, this might be harder for you. Guys, it's hard until you get calluses, or girls till you get calluses too, and you get used to it. And like I said, it'll basically form. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. It'll form how you want it to form around the stone. Like I said, I mean, I got, my fingers are for wire, you know. They don't look rough. It's not like construction hands or anything, but it's just a different type of callus. I work construction too, and it's just totally. There you go. So now, boom. See? Like I said, for some reason, it doesn't look that even. There you go. And like I said, you can just play with the wires till you get it even. Is how you want it. To me, this actually looks kind of even. I don't know, it looks crooked on the screen, but to me, it looks pretty good. All right, all right. So now I've been down. Now you're gonna take your filigree, but make sure they're matching up with where the wire comes through at to where you're pulling it at. You know, you can always shake it, move it to see which wire is actually what, and making sure you're pulling the right wire towards the right way, and then same vice versa this way. Okay, boom, that simple. Now you're gonna take this right here. We're on 10 minutes. I'm gonna try to do it faster. Boom, I just curl it up like that with my hands, and you can make a nice bell. So you can make a nice bell. Boom. Like I said, you could be doing this with tools too. I'm about to show my tools right here. Actually, I'm going to trim the back of these real quick. As you can see, I'm just going to trim them up a little bit, just so I get some circles in there. Okay. Like I said, boom, circle. Okay. Now I'm just going to make little circles with these. That's all. If the other side goes in, you might have to do them separately, because needle nose don't tend to be even all the way around. Okay, so boom, I did about 3 loops. I'm gonna take a loop out, believe it or not. Boom. Because I'm gonna return the loop, I'm gonna take this wire and put it through the circles I just made. Zoop, zoop. Now as you're pulling through, make sure you don't get these little kink circles in there. Because they will kink up, and I want you to kink your wire, easily break at that point. And just pull through. Make sure you hold your bail, because oh crap, they crisscrossed. All right. Make sure your wires don't crisscross there. It's a little tricky. There you go. Now I'm gonna put this through like so, and make sure I hold it in place with my thumb, and I pull really tight, and then I go around and make that coil I just took out. Boom. That's about it. And then you take this wire, wrap it around there, and pull like that. And you can do that one more time if you want, just so the bell's super secure. Boom. And then you have a super secure bell. Just bend it out like that any way you want. Boom. There you go. Alright, now these, like I said, I could show you how to do a simple weave real quick. You can always add wire around here and then tuck it up underneath. Let me show you a tuck real quick. See this extra wire from that bottom where we did the first initial curl? I'm going to trim it up a bit. Boom. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this right here, and I'm going to actually unravel it a bit, and then I'm going to bend it. And I'm going to tuck it up right in the back. I could have trimmed it a bit more, but it's okay. Now just push it up right in the back. It's alright. Yeah. Alright, that's because I didn't trim it that well, but that piece is fine and definitely not going anywhere. Okay. To do the weave, all you do is take this. Like I said, you can add another circle, like a little bit of tip, another length of wire, and wrap it around once and tuck it in so it holds on one end, and then you got a whole nother free wire to do the other side. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this round twice. 1, 2. Now as you're doing it, make sure you push your nail in to make sure it's as close as it can get to the other side. Then crisscross and come around again. Boom. Boom. Right? And then boom. 2. And then 1. Round 2. Right? And as you come around the second time, you're going to come underneath the other wire and come back around. And then do your 1, 2. Now, if you see your wires getting loose, you can always smush them down like this. Boom, boom. And then have your V's ready for what kind of, how much shape you want. You know what I mean, on both sides. I'm not going to do a V particularly with this one, so I'm going to stop right there. Because you'll end up with something like this, like a weave, like so. Or, let me see. You end up with like a weave pattern, things of that nature. That's just what I've been doing, get ready for a flea market. You can do simple pieces like these, those, really nice. And there you go. Alright, I hope you enjoyed. Good luck. Thank you. Any more questions? My first video, so sorry for anything that didn't quite get through. I tried like 5 times and like recorded 30 minutes of video and all this stuff. I can't edit it, so at least I did it in 15 minutes this time around there. Thank you, and I'll make it more.